The secret bird would now fly, meet the speaker with the spirit of the vacancy, in the chaotic life to be the soul with the surge of the ecstasy, and the gold flames for the longing heart. Invoke the cosmos, sending you to the within, the only parent son of the tapestry, with the unseen for the bursting forward, within the play is begun, for the life is must be immortal, for the life is ours, for the limitless, and the progress and the joy, for the beating of our hours in the sea. With that no nose of the people for the fears, and the only the guy for the eye for the ending of the tears. You sing the same song, for the friendship is the muse within, and the play is begun. The limitless for the progress, another joy hopes to only contain. Which place I have a need for, and I, with a smile for the deed, for the love, for the blind, for the sea, for the distant more to find. You're for the offering, and I bow to remain to beyond the reach, for beyond the reach of my love, and to never teach the art without to be far. But I can behold these songs will unfold the vitality in my mind. Finding what is my heart anyway? That's just a question that you can only answer. The finding of thorns that I am, for the will to the grass, for the vein, for the tribe, for the vitality, for the drowsy mind, for the daily ignorance of the blind. Finding that hope is only near the inner raising, the longings of your nature is to be over the natural soul, for the spine, for the serene remains to be unseen, but yet every mind. Still it's the divine, with the lost, for the inner raising to see the face, with a look upon the inner nowhere. Where do I go from here? And who could tell? My mind's the lost, for the day, for the be, for the human, and I can find myself to be as peaceful as the flute for the longings of the soul. What is my heart anyway? You can ask the question, but nobody can answer. My thoughts and the nature the old me creates. Start with the doubt, for the eye, for the beat, carries into the cave of the blazing fire. Away with my spirit flies too fast when the earth returns. And last that earth with the torture with it, find my birth. This is the song that I release into the bases of the sea, from the love for the blind, for the trees that will find you when the wings are light. Uphold your God's beauty and the teacher that beholds. You are more than a fraction. You are more than what matters to me. What do you see within the green vast fields of the consciousness? And maybe it's a tree for the silent space, and yesterday I love it, doesn't find because of the embody. My journey's in the starts, today I love for the youngest. Reveals for the journeys ahead. The speed, tomorrow I should love my climbing, glowing and the spreading further with the consciousness and the promises that were made. And I will keep them stable between my souls and the green vast, in the silent space, the forgiveness and the smile. Life is but all for the day, for the therefore I should try to finish, and all my inspiring for the loving and the single is only eternity, for the sleep and the dream, and I should sing and dance for the dancing, at the silent space and the forgiveness and the smile, for the birthless and deathless day. But what do you mean no more? For it will over poles, or it will be peeling at the heart for the brooding of the clouds, and or just my heart for the burning anguish, and not my heart sinking. Again for the repeating and no more. It would not be redundant, unimportant, important to sing a song without the breathing in and out like a ohm, with a poem without a poet who read it quickly in love and smiling and triumph in the breathing of the company and the goading of the morn. Quickly and steadily help yourself from reservoir, and fading their breath in the fire, everlasting at the folding of the evening. The music in my heart, for the melodies that it would contain, between the vibrations and the silence of the light, the perfection of the height, for the aspirations of the world, with discovery the truth sublime. Divided with the elephant, with the destruction of the wisdom, with the light, for the ignorance, and the night shall find you forever discover the truth. Not to be born of death, that would be silly enough to pull apart, but not for these discoveries, for the supreme I have already made, for the heart, reluctant for the gratitude for the blossom to not born, for the soul, for the perfect one is in the vision that was the constant manifestation in light, for it to be the eyes of a need, for you to be God and the beauty, or the duty, or the closed eyes for the God, the sovereignty, for the vital night, for the psychic, for the abilities, for the replacement of the light, for the die before the sinking, and the mind replace the fatality. I fly before I try. I love before I die. I love the dancing of the taming clouds, because the thunder of the power of the passing of the clouds, of the diamond of the wisdom, of the dreaming of the weeping clouds, because of the sacrificial soul. And then when you finally wake up, maybe you could be conscious than you could ever imagine, or before you went to sleep. The secret bird would now fly, meet the speaker with the spirit of the vacancy, in the chaotic life to be the soul with the surge of the ecstasy, and the gold flame to the longing heart. Invoke the cosmos, sending you to the within, the only parent son of the tapestry, with the unseen for the bursting forward, within the play is begun, for the life is must be the immortal, for the love is ours, for the limitless, and the progress and the joy, for the beating of our hours in the sea. With that no nose of the eagle, for the fears, and the going to the guy, for the eye, for the ending of the tears. You sing the same song, for the friendship is the with the muse within, and the play is begun. The limitless for the progress, another joy holds to only contain. Which place I have a need for an eye, for the spine, for the deed, for the love, for the blind, for the seed, for the distant more to find. Your love for the offering, and I bow to remain to beyond the reach, for beyond the reach of my love, and to never teach the art, for thou to be far. If I can be. We are the limitation to self, and the heart should be as pure. Barren of event rich and pretentiousness in the earthly life askew, the name holding unto the self-ending is up in the wrapping of the soul, for the embracing of no mental health, rather of a caliber I could find, for the rather for the nothingness and ever maintain all alone, with eternity to find yourself in the week session. Every week is not getting weaker, but more, for the ability of the mixing, the thread between the lines, you will find yourself complete. Which one has been assigned? The one is not obsolete. In a place stagnant in one position, you find the customization of your obliteration, or whatever obviously you find the fact that you could find something obvious or contagious. Hope, most of the precious friend, you for the sacred, soulful, dependable, because I live upon earth and only because I dare to believe. Someday, I'll be able to see my beloved supreme personally, only because of the dare I believe that there will come a time for the humanity's face and fate will totally change one because of you. And I feel that there should become a time for the abnormal transformation, for the transform, for the human of the perfect, knowledge and the content of one, sacred for the most whole, for you could be forever, for the dependability of you, transform for the human to be perfect, or no less, for the friendship with the muse, mother of the compassion for the 10,000 souls, and the found for the flower of the flames, for the beauty of simplicity, the dancing of life is one. Complete. It's only obvious. You know not what you are saying, and it won't be complete, for these are the love and the thoughts that will cherish from the mind of divine to define the blinded with the need of the eye and the nature of the cold thorn, or maybe the kidnapping of a heart to hide itself humbled and pray for the minds that must be mourned without the life of the kind, the famish of the heart pine. Maybe these are lessons to become awakened. For love is not a thing to understand, for the thing to feel, for the thing to give and receive, and only to come eternal. One with you and your peace forever shine through the afterglow of the light. The following is only remains for the sea of the peace and the joy, for the beyond the reach. Find room to rage and flow, for the crowding alive, for the vain, for the helpless and other and the unkind. The sea of time washed away. Eternity be a flew absolutely frown. For the oars are washed away, for the hope in the reach of now I'm safe, for the raging and the flowing, for the storm to toss and guides nights for you to be between nothing and eternity. This is a still test, for the samples can be misconvoluted for the eternity, for the mentor worthy of the caliber, for I am alone between the failure and frustration, for the red thread, for nothing is except for myself and our obscurities. Bury each event for the pretensions in my earthly life. Love is a thing to become. It's not something to understand. These are the wings of life. Transcended into a banished affection, or maybe lack of perfection. You can find your example. You're the infinite. You're the light. The goal is never won, but only reached. For the translation is only the comment. No revealing the life supreme. Love is yours for the asking. Not to understand. Not a thing to feel. To give and receive is only to become.
You could have the only part I need. You can't take
yourself, give him to conviction of power and give him the contradiction of power. Indeed, this is the way we sing the song, for the perpetual mutual wisdom of sacrifice. Algorithms, poems, intentions, considering everything within the means of your mutual understanding of your existence and persistence, for you to be one with the above and never separate, for the segregation will leave you for the knot, the inspiration for the peak, for only find yourself climbing to the heart, the blossom. You can hope next time you do a piece, there will be another, more for the simile, not autonomous. You have the knowledge within your library that you breathe every day for the meditation of an eye and feast in nature of God's beauty. And these will be the rays that will reach your melanin into pigmentation will only chime in your color. You will sweat, you will perspire. Everything that you would need to would teach and inspire. The dedication of life's river not to flow on anything or allow anything to remain stagnant in my life. Ideologies for identification. Two hearts lying to another. Trying to find hope. It can be a mutual understanding. The dance of life has been won before. The friendship with the muse instead.
Even more you can't
Love be the road that leads into your soul. There's union and fast. Love be the passion. Love be the road that leads into your soul. There's union and fast. Love be the passion, the storm, the spouts with the vital dust, and you find your child emotion, flaming arts of freedom, the fear, heart, breath, or death. The love and contain is cheap. Love your dear. Over the food, the flute, and love is that is also that which is composed, or to become more than a drum that will still their eyes at the goldy light, or they're running and supreme in the blind secrecy of a dream of the season, under the forgiving sight. Now under your ego's suppression on the screen, under the smile of grace and the quick, the surrendering on the face for the paving at the evergreen, you can sing the songs of freedom in which it contains, like a little flute that will rise to the never day, in another day in paradise, and you can only pray. Sensei, make noise till you can give another song for the soul, for the word for cry, so another day to hear. And those to be a tear for the ignorance of the clay of guessing you forgot, for I'm sorry is more than ever within the cosmos. And wide am I for the joyful, the sweep, and the loose forth draw back for all, for the birth is the death of the spirit, for the moving it's still, for the body, for the within to hear the call, for the who to create the earth and my joys, for the big adore, for the phone, the matchless, and the question to play. Veil for the face and the truth, and knowing the golden hue, with the serpent and knife for the python, and with the consciousness and the bliss and the feeling of the breath. I am self, child of the sun. I will break the bill for the mountain, the simple. Freely enjoy the world for the unshadows of fun. Not so much so. For these are the songs that I will find within the truth for the golden hue of the light. No more hard for the shield and find the shell. With the sobbing of the grief for the days and the nights, the solving in your own. Above the toil for the life, for the soil, for the bird, for the wire, for the wing up for you. You're having knowing the secret play. Pass beyond the sea. Sea of ignorance and the dream is tuned with you. I sport and I'll sing the golden eye of the sing supreme. Deep in their immortal thoughts. For the form and high of now I realize that I am one. And the outlasting of the sun and I awake. And the rising of accessibility if only you contain some rain for you to sustain. Or some substance.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
We have a chance, but it's not given to everyone and everybody will take it. These are opportunities for the special ops.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe down below for more videos, and please comment any songs that you want to hear me sing. I love you all. Goodbye.
The secret bird would now fly.
The secret bird would now fly. Meet the speaker with the spirit of the vacancy. In the chaotic life to be the solve for the surge of the ecstasy. In the gold flames for the longing heart. Invoke the cosmos. Sending you to the within the only appearance under the tapestry. With the unseen for the bursting forward. Within the play is begun for the life is must. Be immortal for the life is ours for the limitless. And the progress and the joy for the feeding of our hours in the sea. And with that no nose of the people for the fears and the only the guy for the eye for the ending of the tears. You sing the same song. For the friendship is with the muse within. And the play is begun. The limitless for the progress and other joy.
Love be the road that leads.
Love be the road that leads into your soul. There's union and fast. Love for the passion and storm. The sprouts for the vital dust. And you find your child emotion, flaming arts of freedom to fear. Heart, breath, or death. The love and contain is cheap. Love your dear. Over the food, the flute, and love is that is also that which is composed. Or to become more than a drum that bestow their eyes of the goldy light. Or the running and supreme in the blind secrecy of a dream in the season under the forgiving sight. Now under your ego's aggression on the screen, under the smile of grace and the quick, at the surrendering of the face for the paving at the evergreen, you can sing the songs of freedom which it contains, like a little flute that will rise to the never day. In another day in paradise, and you can only pray. Sensei, make noise till you can give another song for the soul, for the word for cry, so another day to hear. And those to be a tear for the ignorance of the clay and guessing you forgot, for I'm sorry is more than ever within the cosmos. And wide am I for the joyful, the sweep, and the loose force draw back for all, for the birth is the death of the spirit, for the moving it's still, for the body, for the within and hear the call, for the who to create the earth and my joys, for the big adore, for the phone, the matchless, and the question to play. And veil for the face and the truth, and knowing the golden hue, with the serpent and knife for the python, with the consciousness and the bliss and the feeling of the breath. I am self, child of the sun. I will break the veil for the man, the simple. Freely enjoy the world for the unshadows of fun. Not so much so. For these are the souls that I will find within the truth of the golden hue of the light. No more heart for the shield and find the shell. With the sobbing of the grief for the days and the nights, dissolving in your own. Above the toil for the life of the soil, for the bird, for the wire, for the wing up in you. You're having knowing the secret play. Pass beyond the sea. Sea of ignorance and the dream is tuned with you. I sport and I'll sing the golden eye of the sing supreme. Deep in their immortal thoughts. For the form and high of now I realize that I am one. And the outlasting of the sun and I awake. And the rising of accessibility if only you contain some rain for you to sustain. Or some substance. We have a chance, but it's not given to everyone and everybody will take it. These are opportunities for the special ops.